to help you know how to direct your students to filling out the same information that they filled out on paper, but now we're going to go ahead and have them fill it out here. This creates a permanent setting or place for it to back up to that we'll be able to carry through from year to year and also be able to embed in their individual plans of study. So this will just hopefully help them continue to be able to monitor and go through everything that they need to with this. So it's pretty straightforward. You're going to go through the various parts here to have them fill out the same information that's pretty much on there. So let's take a fictional student. We'll take Brad Jefferson. Just have them fill in their name up there. Now, Brad is a freshman, current freshman, going to be a sophomore next year. So we'll click on that drop-down box, and you'll see that I have all of those there. Now, obviously, I don't think we need 12th grade, so I might go ahead and take that out here eventually. But I'd like to carry this through from year to year. So we'll go ahead and put 9th grade now, and when we go back and revisit this in the fall, we'll have them go ahead and adjust as they can add in new information or update information there. All right. They came into the high school last year. Now they could just type in 21, sorry, then you go there. Now, don't have them fill anything in there. I'm going to tell you it's going to automatically update that. Also, if they just double click here, it brings up a little calendar, and so just have them put in today's date, right? And it'll automatically put up May of 2022. We don't really need to know this minute which day of the month it is, okay? So if this is a freshman in 2022, that's the end of their freshman year. In 23, they'll be finishing their sophomore. In 24, they'll be finishing their junior. So in 2025, again, click on the arrow, tap that, we're good. On their transcripts, they do have the bottom of that, have the list of absences to date and tardies. Now, I'm going to tell you, I don't know for a fact which ones of those we are going to pick on, so have them just fill in what's at the very bottom next to absences and tardies, and we'll go from there. So let's say they've had 4 absences and like 1 tardy. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay. Again, you're going to see some numbers here, but those numbers are automatically going to total up some things as we go. So, again, it's pretty straightforward. They did take, Brad was in both semesters of English 1. So, the little drop-down menu, you click that, and he gets that 5 credit or half a credit. And there again, now you see that it's already added up there, and it's totaling it up there. So, really all they do is add up, click into whatever they have taken and accounted for. All right. So, Brad's also taken his 9th grade algebra, got it for the first semester, and he's going to finish strong and finish there. Okay. Finished up general science, but let's say we're not sure. We'll just, it's pretty close for the spring semester, so we'll just not put anything in there, right? So that's not going to add anything else to it, and we can go back and change it if that changes a little bit later on. There's no science, social studies this year, but let's say that they ended up taking one of the art courses, right? And I tried to enlist what I thought most of the students had in their transcripts, but if there are other options, I will go ahead and add those in. But let's say that they did take 2D art both semesters and passed, and did get through PE and then health. Okay, so through all of this, it's totaled it all up, and at the top, Brad has earned 4.5 credits of his core classes that he needs. Okay, and we can advise them that that they have to have these 3 credits, or they have to have at least these 3 credits in math, at least 3 credits in science, these 3 credits in social studies, and at least 1 credit of fine arts and P. Now, once they've completed all of that, then we go over here. So, each of them has taken computer apps. So, here are their electives, applications, and they received credits for each one of those. And let's say they took 21st century journalism. Now that's a 1-semester course, and they could put it in either one. It really doesn't matter. But let's say they took it in the fall, so you put that in there, and then they took photography. In the spring, and it doesn't really matter where they put it. They can just put it all together there. Okay, so that should be it. English, math, science, fine arts, PE, health, computer applications, and then the other one, and that's 7. Now they did take 1 full year of MTSS. That's half a credit each one, so they'll drop down to 1 full credit there. Okay, we've got all of those credits in, and the only one we weren't sure about, because it's got a couple weeks left, is that science class. Well, up here it has taken 7.5 credits as of this point right here. And again, if we want to go back and change that later on, we certainly can. It's also told us, how many total credits we have out of that. We know we've taken 4.5 of the 15 needed in our core classes and 3 electives there. Remember, this fine arts class down here, if they take other fine arts classes, well, certainly that would have worked, but we have to take at least the first one in the fine arts. Any other further ones go here under elective credits. Okay, so just as they fill in, it should automatically do some of the work for them. They can, of course, start looking at what kind of college classes that they might think about, so be thinking about that information. If it goes over, that's fine. We'll worry about some of the formatting later. They have them fill out if they have a post-secondary goal. I mean, what do they plan to do? Work out of school, go to technical college, or something like that. Maybe what is their career goal, and then anticipate when they'll have it. Now, Brad here, he doesn't graduate until 2025, so I think obviously that might be what he would put in, but have them take a look at that and have them decide what they think. But this is pretty much what they should do, right? If you have a junior, right? Let's say this is Teresa McDougall. Right, we'll switch this now down to they're in their junior year. Right, now they obviously came in a little bit earlier, so they would have come into here. So let's see, bear with me, I've got to think back. 20 would be sophomores and 19 would be the juniors. Right, 18, 19, oh actually 18, yeah. Right, 18, 19, 19, 20, 21, okay. And again, this doesn't change because this is going to tally up. And again, if they change this, then that won't help them. They're going to switch this to 2023, and obviously add on to any kind of absences or tardies and all the like. So again, adding on to it, they finished their English 1 and 2. They finished their 3, and they're going to think they're back into the second semester. They've completed she's completed her geometry, she's completed both semesters of algebra, right? And so she's done there. And let's say this one, finished. This student has just done a really good job of plowing through all of the courses by the end of their junior year. So what we know here is, obviously, if they've gotten through all this, the last 2 required classes that they have to take are going to be English and American government. Right? Now, they could take others here, but once you've reached these 3 credits in science and math, if there are any other those credits, they actually go over here under electives. So if you took college algebra in your senior year, for instance, that would go under here. So let's say they took the same there, and then they took in their sophomore year, they took woodworking and got credit for both of those, and they then took 3D art, and let's say they also took weights. And then in their junior year, with their 3 electives, they took 3D art, facts, and she took weights again. Now, doing good. No college electives, but we can now add in, she's taken for 3 years MTSS, so 3 full credits of that. Now, I did forget to mention this in the previous one, but basically they take a total of 8 total credits each year. So Brad would have put in 7.5 for that year. Teresa's taken 8 that year, and then here again. Now, this number here should match up with this number up here, and it does. Okay, we're just making sure that we finish the 8 there. And we need a total of 26. We know that we only need 2 more semesters credit, 2 more credits here in their senior year, and 2 more here. And that's what this is meant to do, is give them a quick glance look. They have to take that many classes. Now, one of the things that allows them to do, especially as they become seniors, is start to make some choices about other options as they roll through. All of which are things that you can have discussions with as you roll forward this next year in our family groups or whatever dynamic we end up adopting there. So hopefully this has been helpful for you to guide your students on how to fill out this form. They'll be finding it on Google Classroom under their family groups. So that's where you'll direct them to. The reason why is I'll make basically it'll make copies of each of these forms, and then we'll basically have it as a warehouse. So as soon as we get done through the semester, I'll move these over to a shared drive where both you and we and the student can have access to their particular folder or their particular file. So then we'll kind of keep updating this through the years. So if you do end up having any kind of questions or having any kind of issues with how to fill this out, please don't hesitate and give me a holler, and I'll see what I can do. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.